Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all fine and safe. Our lesson for today is about decimal fractions. Decimal fractions are the fractions that can be changed into decimal numbers. Some decimal fractions are very easily recognized, like the fractions that have denominators 10, 100, 1000, 10,000, 100,000, or even millions. But some of the fractions are really decimal fractions but are not easily recognized. So I have some steps to follow. Let's please keep these steps in our mind and follow them whenever we have such questions. For example, 4 over 5 is a decimal fraction, but how should I know that this is a decimal fraction? By simply following the steps. I have 3 steps. I should memorize them and keep them in my mind so that I will be able to solve any decimal fraction. Step number 1 is to look at the denominator and check if it is 10, 100, or 1000. If yes, then you directly say that this fraction is a decimal fraction. If not, you move to step number 2. Step number 2 is to look at the denominator and try to change it into 100 or 10 or 1000. And if you have 2 or 5, you can change it into 10. If you have 4 or 25, you can change it into 100. If 8 or 125, you can change it into 1000. Let's memorize these rules that are written over here and try to apply them. If step number 1 did not occur and step number 2 did not occur, I move to step number 3, in which I have to simplify the fraction. After simplifying the fraction, if I go back to step number 1, and if I reached a denominator 10, 100, or 1000, or I reached a denominator 2, 5, 4, or 25, or 8, or 125, and it's a decimal fraction. And if not, so it's not a decimal fraction. Let's try these examples together. Whenever you have a question which is to identify the decimal fractions, you should directly think of the steps. So let's keep them in our mind and try to follow them. Here I have these fractions and I need to know which is a decimal fraction. Let's start with the first one, 13 over 5. Step number 1 asked me to check if the denominator is 10, 100, or 1000. It's not. I move to step number 2. If the denominator is 5, I multiply it by 2, it will be 10. So this is very easy, but I don't multiply only the denominator, I multiply also the numerator. So now 13 over 5, it's the same as 26 over 10. So yes, it's a decimal fraction. Let's see the next fraction. This is 14 over 21. The denominator is not 10, 100, or 1000, and it's not 2, 5, 4, 25, 8, or 125. So I need to simplify. If I simplify it, I get 2 over 3. So it's not a decimal fraction because it cannot be converted into 10, 100, or 1000. Let's see now. I have 95 over 100. This is the easiest one because the denominator is 100. So directly I say that this fraction is a decimal fraction. The next one is 13 over 25. The denominator is not 10, 100, or 1000, but it's 25. And from step number 2, I know that 25, if I multiply it by 4, I will get 100. So I multiply the numerator and denominator by 4 to get the decimal fraction. Let's see the next one. It's 9 over 36. The denominator is not 10, 100, or 1000 and cannot be changed into 10, 100, or 1000. So I simplify. I divide by 9. It will be 1 over 4. I remember 4, I can multiply it by 25. It will be 100. After identifying the decimal fractions, we have learned how to convert them into decimal numbers. There is a key point, I should keep it in my mind. The key point says that the number of zeros in the denominator should be equal to the number of digits in the decimal part. So here I have 95 over 100, 2 zeros, so 2 digits in the decimal part. That's why it's 0.95. Now I have 16 over 10. I have 1 0, so I put only one digit in the decimal part and the other digit in the whole part. 53 over 1000. I have 3 zeros, so I should put 3 digits in the decimal part. I put 53 and I put extra 0. 625 over 10. I have only 1 0, so I put only one digit in the decimal part. So this is the end of our lesson. Thank you for watching the video.